Sucking on my own dick. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my own dick. Sucking on my dick. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our own dicks. Everybody's sucking their own dicks. Sucking on our dicks. Yeah, you know I'm sucking on my dicks.
Woo! We're back.
Take two.
Maybe-
We have to stop recording podcasts where we just try to like solve all the modern economic issues that the country's facing.
Yeah, we just, for a half hour, we debated socialism versus libertarianism.
The merits of socialism and the UBI and all that shit.
And we're like, I can't imagine people of either belief listening to either one of our arguments, like, be like, fuck, that's our guy? That's who we sent in.
It is incredible to have a debate where just like nothing is happening on either side.
Yeah.
Like anybody who even like had that's the
shower,
toilet.
yeah.
It's the shower. Right?
Yeah,
I thought that, like,
I don't think the mics are going to pick it up.
Okay, nice. Yeah, no, there was nothing productive being said at all.
Just the two least equipped people to argue either one of those viewpoints, just sort of, just like butting up against each other, no give,
My favorite
no
thing is
pushing either direction.
my favorite thing is like in the chat we'll get into these debates and like and Isaac is smart. Isaac's in the chat with us, and Isaac will be like, and I'll say something where Isaac is like, all right, well, look, I agree with Nick, but the math is all wrong. It's
Yeah.
like I have the end result, but like I just can't show my work.
can't
it
show the
doesn't
work
make
at
any
all.
sense.
Yeah.
But
They look at like it's like, all right, so Nick, you got the answer was 64, but here where you were supposed to do the work, it's all drawings of guns.
it's just drawings of guns and like you leading a ragged band of fucking travelers.
Yeah, you and then a stick figure guy behind you with an eye patch and a stick figure guy behind you with a hook hand.
Maybe I just have that natural intuition where like this would make sense where I have no idea what I'm doing, but I somehow end up in the right place. That's kind of been my whole life where like I've definitely done what you're not supposed to do, but like, all right, this is probably where I would have been if I had.
Yeah, let's rank your biggest mistakes.
Oh God. Those get a little personal.
Okay,
I mean,
starting stand-up comedy.
no, that was one of my better. Starting stand-up comedy and then just like not being, just like taking like a year and a half off, like just not being consistent.
Oh yeah,
Major mistake. Starting stand-up comedy was good. Signing up for community college and then just not going.
yeah,
Not even once.
yeah. I wish I had that money back that I spent
Yeah,
on
me
community
too.
college.
Why did I do that?
Because we were supposed to. At least we did that instead of real college.
Yeah, real
We
college.
we went to extra high school, which
Yeah.
doesn't cost that much.
What would I have done? Because, dude, if I went to real college, I wouldn't have gotten good grades because I never got good grades. So I would just be in debt. I don't even think I would have a degree.
Yeah. I mean, no, I don't have a degree. I spent like over 3 years trying to get an associate's degree, and I failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you work in an office, so that's kind of impressive.
I work in a bank. Yeah, you don't really need a degree to get into banking. A lot of people don't know that. I don't know why. It's kind of hard and important, but the reason I got into it is because Wells Fargo is a fucking insane company, and they'll just hire whoever because the thing they do is like they hire a bunch of people, and then 3 months down the line, whoever has the best sales goals gets to stay, and then everybody else gets fired.
And so Wells Fargo just operates like that, like Cutco, where you just sell knives door to door.
It's exactly Cutco.
Oh my God.
It's exactly that. And I was just doing immoral dealings, and I got good sales numbers because I had to. And then I would go home and I would drink heavily from the guilt, and the alcoholism would compound, and then I would need the money more, so then I would start lying more to sell credit cards, and it all spiraled out of control. And then on top of that, my boss would I would do shit like that, but then my boss would just like tweak my numbers also. So then
Nice.
like the
That's
district
sick.
manager would be calling me into his office like, wow, these numbers are pretty good. Like it got way out of hand.
Holy shit,
Like
dude.
that place was so crazy. I remember one time an employee cursed out our boss, and then he got a promotion like the next week because his sales numbers were so good. Because she wanted him to like work the drive up instead of in the branch, and it's hard to get sales in the drive up because you can't be like, hey, you want to get a credit card? And they're like, no, I'm in my car. Like I'm not going to come inside. So he like screamed at my boss like, I can't get the numbers I need out there. You put me in the branch.
Dude,
don't you sabotage me.
Here's why I hate this, because like a bank The reason why I like a bank is it's a place where I can put my money and have some security. I don't like that it's like Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah,
Where,
that's
like-
just like insane. Like men like just like storm into the bathroom and like loosen their tie and splash water on their face and like give themselves pep talks.
It's like you don't even. I mean, I guess you do sell shit.
And
but
I was
like,
doing all this for $11.35 an hour
holy fuck.
in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah, that's man. That
For
sucks.
looking back, no money, and I thought I was making so much money.
Dude, I remember. Although this was true in like 2011, I remember I was making $10 an hour at Rosetta Stone, and I think minimum wage is like $7.25. So I actually what
The first time you make $10 an hour, you're like, what am I even gonna spend it all on?
I where did that money go? That's what like.
Drugs.
No. Yes. Yeah, that's actually true.
For me,
That was when I was buying acid every weekend.
Yeah, that'll do it. For me, it was every day after work because I worked in like downtown Lancaster, and I would get off work. I would go over to my buddy Brian's house. We would walk to House of Pizza, both get 2 40s, sit on the porch, drink our 40s. I would like
You didn't even get pizza?
no,
They sold 40. You couldn't go to the liquor store?
it is PA. You could only buy you could buy 6-packs in restaurants, or you could go to the beer distributor and get like a case of beer.
Wait.
There's liquor stores in PA. Liquor and wine can only be sold either like at a bar or at like a state store. And then beer, you have to buy it from like a distributor, or like you can't go into a grocery store and get like a case of beer. You can only get like a 6-pack at a grocery store. And that's even
I had
new.
no idea.
Yeah, they have all kinds of crazy liquor laws in PA.
That's weird.
But anyway, we would walk to the we'd get our 40s, and I would like unbutton my shirt, and I'd have some like piece of shit graphic tee underneath my dress shirt and everything, and I would just
Nice.
smoke a whole pack of cigarettes, have a gross mustache, be really fat. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely the best. That was the happiest I ever was in my whole life.
I think I was my happiest in 2012 or whatever as well.
Yeah. Do you think it was just the age, or do you think we just uniquely something?
Yeah,
good was happening.
It might have been that was very much like my. I had a very like coming of age, like twilight of my youth summer.
You're
that
just
year.
like, when in my life could I afford the most acid? That was the good year.
Also, that'll also make you think that your life is very significant. If you're doing acid every weekend, you're literally just like, I think I'm the most important person on earth. I think that I'm definitely supposed to be alive, and I'm going to do something. I'll probably do the greatest thing in the history of the world.
Damn. Oh yeah, because I guess
That's the one thing that's carried over.
you
from
do
all
too much
that
acid. That's just like schizophrenia light, right?
Oh no, it is like people who are. It's crazy because like people who are having schizophrenic episodes, like it basically kind of emulates like a really insane hallucinogenic trip. Because like the whole thing that schizophrenics draw, they've done that thing where like like Van Gogh was they think he was a schizophrenic, and like a lot of schizophrenic art has all these like lines that radiate out of it. And when they also did this experiment where like they gave this guy LSD, and his art also had like the lines radiating. So you are like simulating. Those because the other thing is like when you're schizophrenic, you get like that mania, and you also get that like that false significance where you think that maybe you're Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
and acid will do that to you.
I think a lot of different drugs do that. Because like when I was on way too many uppers, I was kind of like, maybe I'm the answer to everything. Maybe I'm gonna solve it all.
Yeah, but maybe you are. Maybe you are.
Just like-
I'm not gonna say no.
Just unshowered, awake for 2 days. Like, you know what? I think I'm about to have some good ideas.
I do that. The worst part about drugs is the ones that make you stay awake. I can't even do them now because I just anticipate that. I anticipate and you get that like I don't even know how to explain it. Your body feels dried out, but you're also like caked in like old sweat. Drugs suck so much, man. I remember being
drugs
able to,
aren't good.
I remember being able to do drugs and rebound, like get up the next day like I didn't even feel it. Mm-hmm. And now it's just like I'm a fucking old man. I can't do that.
Yeah, I think then the last time you did ecstasy, we were watching The Incredibles 2, and that like Bow short film played, and I looked over, you had tears in your eyes.
Oh, I
You were
was
just like, this is beautiful.
I was crying. I wasn't on ecstasy at The Incredibles.
No,
too.
but it was the next day where it like dips down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That honestly, that was happening to me for like a month. Where like I went to see the Mr. Rogers documentary for the third time. You would think that after like the first 2 times I would just be done crying at Mr. Rogers. The third time I cried, I went with a couple friends, and this woman sat next to me. And as she sits down, I'm like, get ready to cry because this movie is really sad. I'm just trying to make conversation with this beautiful woman. Well, so the first time I saw
Damn,
it,
I've done that before. Just like way too comfortable with a stranger.
way too good.
It's like, I'll talk to a stranger like a movie.
Here's the thing. The first time I saw it in the theater, I went in expecting nothing, and like the whole theater I was in was crying. Like literally, people were holding each other. I love that documentary. And then like as we left the theater, this people from all different walks of life, this like African American, I like went to the door, this African American woman held it open for me, and I said thank you, and she said no thank you. It was unbelievable. But
Damn.
so here's
Cats and dogs.
yeah, whatever. But it was.
Nick,
It was.
are you saying you made eye contact with a black woman?
Stop. That's not what. It was like you don't understand. Everyone there, like we went in kind of not looking at each other, and by the end we all felt like we had bonded. So because I'm an insane person, that was such like an emotionally charged, like intense experience that I was chasing that. I kept.
Oh,
seeing,
so you kept seeing the
Yes.
movie because you thought you'd make friends.
No. I kept seeing it because I wanted that emotional release. I was starting to. I do this a lot.
Uh-huh.
Where like because I rarely cry, so when something really makes me cry, like when a movie really makes me cry, I'm like I have to watch this movie until it doesn't work anymore. I do that all the time. So
Why wouldn't you save it and then watch it like every year and cry?
My brain doesn't work like that. So I
Oh,
saw.
yeah. You're not a big plan for the future guy.
No.
You're a big, you got to do it all now and then the event.
Basically, but I was really getting off on crying watching Mr. Rogers, so I saw it like 3 times in a week because I was so excited to cry. So the last
You fucking Paul Schrader spiraling into obsession, but you're just watching a sad documentary.
yeah, I do that all the time.
This rules. Go on.
So we go to the third one. I went with a couple friends, and for some reason I saw.
Oh, so at this point you're like, guys, I know this place.
I'm
We're gonna
preparing
go
everyone.
bond with a bunch of
Yeah,
strangers.
so Los Feliz 3, and what was nice was so it was playing on the small screen, and then we saw it on the big screen. So I was like, all right, this will be new. I'm gonna cry harder because it's on a bigger screen. So this woman sits down next to me, and I'm
The
just
screen is twice the it's twice the dimensions. Therefore, I'll cry twice as many tears.
it fucking worked because this third screening, I was sobbing so hard I was shaking the whole row to the point where my friend's husband was sitting next to me, and like I heard him lean over to her and go, "Is he okay?" Like in the darkness.
I'm
So-
imagining it like it's not even at the part yet. Like no one else knows you've seen it before, so it's like the trailer beforehand. You're just weeping.
Yeah, I'm weeping watching like the trailer for fucking Sicario 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so now, meanwhile, the woman whom I've warned that this is a very emotional movie, she doesn't cry at all during the whole thing. So I'm just like sobbing in my
Well,
chair.
yeah, because she thinks she's sitting next to a murderer.
a crazy person. And then like the lights go up and the movie ends, and I'm just like wiping. I'm just like, oh, I love it every time. I'm like wiping tears on my eyes, and I look over at her, and she's just like she's like, oh yeah, it was a really it really got me. Like, she looked so disturbed by the fact. I mean, here's what I had really done is I had ruined the movie. I'm sure that she was trying to listen to what was being said by these people being interviewed, and she just heard my like whimpers
Yeah.
because I was right next to her.
And this was a stranger or someone in your
No, a
group?
complete stranger who I was so excited. I would like because Dom was gonna go see it too, and I was like, I'll see it with you. It's gonna make you cry. I was very excited for other people to cry with.
Yeah, do you like seeing your boys cry?
It's
It's rare that you see one of your boys cry.
I like engaging in like I like being very emotional in a group. I like people. I do. If I had to sum it up,
We got to go to church.
yeah, honestly. Yeah, I don't know.
What's the wackiest like most emotional church? Do you think? Should we go to like a snake handling church or something?
A Baptist church where they speak. Oh yeah, where they speak in where people are just like speaking in tongues with like tears streaming down their cheeks.
Yeah, we should go there and just be like, they're like, oh, he's speaking in tongues. We just do like accents.
Yeah,
It's like, yamat. And they're like, I guess the Lord's speaking through him in a unique way. But,
boom, clot. It's like holding the snake, just like, all right, well, like, blah, blah, blah. Whoa, whoa,
we're wearing like blackface. They're like,
Well, that
I don't
would-
know how to tell them.
At a Baptist church, they probably wouldn't give a shit. They would think that was great. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's diversity.
It is diversity.
But yeah,
we need some more diversity in our voices that we do.
I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. I'm not great at any of the voices I attempt.
Yeah,
I'm trying to reel them back.
We're not great impressionists, but, if we give it our all, I think people are going to respect that.
I don't know.
It was fun last night at the mic when we were just saying the R word in different dialects. Cameron was getting pretty mad at us, I think.
I'm not going to put her on blast, but that's hypocritical.
Yeah, we did Italian guy saying the R word. We did Chinese guy saying...
Why are you saying the R word? Like, why are you saying the R word?
Yeah, you're right. We were saying retard.
Just like, you just made a joke about us being in blackface at a Baptist church. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm an inconsistent man. Sometimes I let the pressures of the industry silence me. But other times I'm a brave hero for freedom.
A retard isn't offensive.
Yeah.
We've circled around this point already in the podcast. I love saying retarded.
Retarded's a good word.
I love describing shit as retarded. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize it because I hadn't been saying it for so long, and now that I'm saying it again, I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, that's what I was reaching for. It's just, I love it. It's the right way to fucking talk about,
Someone who's kind of daffy and weird.
Just fucking when a dog shits all over your room, like just that. It's retarded.
Yeah. How's the dog, by the way?
He's back with his owner now, and I'm watching a new dog.
Yeah. You're aiding a rotating cast of sickly dogs.
No, this new dog's fine.
Oh,
This new dog's sick.
Oh, that's good news.
in a
That's good
way.
for you.
Yeah, I wonder if I can just change my whole income source to just like watching chihuahuas and just like make all my money under the table.
Why don't you sign up for WAG or something?
Because that's not under the table. You're a 1099, and they're going to tax the fuck out of you.
Okay.
That's the catch-22 of all these jobs. Where like, oh yeah, we'll pay you $14 an hour, but you're going to give all of it back to the government. Like,
I'm sure you're not giving 14 of the dollars an hour to the government.
When you work as an independent contractor, you give a lot back to the government, dude. They don't like when you make money on your own. They hate it.
You should get an accountant. I feel like there's a way around this.
I don't have enough money that I need that like that wouldn't make any sense for the amount that I would be paying the accountant.
He's like, the accountant's like, what's a live stream?
I bet accountants know about fucking. I'm sure that they're dealing with live streams. A lot now.
Just like Patreon shitbags.
They're just like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Damn. My dad used to work for H&R Block as like a side job during tax season, and he would tell me stories sometimes. He said that this one lady, he was like sitting in his cubicle, and he just heard from like the cubicle next to him, the guy just exasperated looking over papers, and he's like, it's all in yen. I don't know what to. I don't know how to help you. You can't get paid in yen. I don't know what you're doing.
That's so funny. Yeah, wait. If it's all in yen, do you think the IRS will just be like, "What do we do?"
They're like, yeah. It's you can haggle with them then because they don't know if it's a lot or if it's a little.
Yeah. All yen is insane.
Yeah. They're like, all right, I'll pay my taxes. Here's 10,000 rupees. They're like, I don't know if that's fair. I can't say.
It is so because like every time my understanding of yen, I think that maybe I played like it comes from like old NES game like River City
Pokemon
Ransom.
was yen.
Pokemon
right?
was in yen. So like someone talks about 1,000,000 yen. I'm like, yeah, that'll get you like a Snickers bar, right? 1,000,000 yen. How smart are Japanese people that they're just
That's like
able...
a Super Ball.
Right, it's like yeah. How smart are Japanese people that they're just able to keep track of like a number in the billions and it's like $3.
Yeah,
like they have to think of like a wealthy Japanese person, like the wealthiest Japanese person, they've got to wrap their mind around like 19 zeros. Some shit. I don't
Same
know.
with like Zimbabwe. They're like, all right, so we're gonna pay $3 trillion for this rope to drag a gay man behind the car, behind the only car in the village.
It would just be like if you thought about all the money that you have in pennies. That was the number in your head when you were thinking about your bank account.
This is one of those moments where like I step outside of the moment and I imagine the listener just like screaming at their phone like that's not how it works.
Well, we have the Afro in Japan. We have our Japanese listener. I think that he'll let us know that we're probably right.
All right,
I'm probably right about all this.
yeah. Hopefully he DMs us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japanese guys like I have 3 trillion yen. I'm like, what are you poor? What do you live in a? Well, they all live in like a fucking studio, but you know. because they're stacked on top of each other.
I have no idea how they live over there. I have no idea how any culture other than mine operates.
I remember one of my friend's moms, because I used to, all we did was fucking like watch anime when we were like in middle school, so we just like thought it was the coolest thing, and she was a little disturbed by it, and she was like, "You boys think Japan is so good? It's not she's like, it's not the paradise that you," because we were talking about like we wanted to go to Japan. She's like, "Japan isn't as great as you think." She's like, "Did you know that if your house burns down in Japan, you go to jail?" Like, regardless of who did it.
Is that true?
I don't know. Somebody verify that. I know they are like a crazy, like actually ultra conservative country, and like you'll go to jail for wild shit. But that is one of those things that stuck with me. I don't know if it's true or
How
not.
dare you not have a home?
Yeah, I wouldn't do too well in Japan, I guess.
Yeah. They'd be like, "Where's your house?" And you'd be like, you'd like try to say it burnt down because you'd have to gamble on if that's better than never
Yeah.
having one.
Well, you're not allowed to be outside at night in Japan, so they have to know where they've got to make sure that you're under a roof after like midnight.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, so when we have our country, what are the rules going to be?
You're gonna have something about mandatory wifedom, some shit like that.
No,
you'll
there's-
do that.
No, there's not going to be mandatory wives.
Yeah, you're gonna redistribute the wives.
No, we're not going to read it. Everyone's going to have one wife. Being poly is going to be strongly discouraged,
Well,
but not
that's-
illegal.
I mean, I wasn't saying. So yes, you haven't refuted what I said. I didn't say anything about being poly.
So wait, what do you think I'm going to do?
All women have to like mandatorily become somebody's wife over
No.
a certain age. Oh, they have to.
No, why would I do that?
Oh, you love that.
It does sound nice, but I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, see, you like it a little bit.
No, I mean, I would like. I want to be assigned a wife. Ideally, it would be by like my parents rather than the government. Like, I would love like an Indian type arrangement where my parents just like set me up on a couple dates and.
Honestly, this is gonna sound crazy, but like, arranged marriages actually do work. Like,
Yeah, because I mean, what do I fucking like? If you let me pick my wife, I would pick so wrong.
right, exactly.
Like, just look back at all the women I've ever said that I loved. Good God, what nightmares!
My best relationships, and I fucked them up. Like, it was my best relationships were the ones. I mean, there was one that like literally my mom set me up with this girl, and she's probably like the coolest person I've ever dated, and like the most attractive, and I fucked that up. But same thing like when my friends like set me up with people. There's because you're all wrapped up in like all the like you make bad choices. With left over
I make
devices
terrible choices.
because we. Our impulse is to go with that like weird, stupid, fucked up, perverted. Like we value all the wrong things. Which
Yeah,
is why
yeah.
the relationship. And every time you have someone who's able to step outside of like your stupid ideas, they'll hook you up with someone who's genuinely good for you.
I tend to, and I'd imagine this isn't unique to me, but I find myself attracted towards women who look very good on a phone, like. You know,
Do you think it's like a status thing? You're like, oh, people will
I
see
think
her on the phone and know that I got a good one.
it's by on the phone. I mean, like, like the kind of girl she has, like some sort of, like eccentric, deep cut reference cover photo on her Facebook. and she's
I know what you mean.
Yeah, she's taking like, goth Instagram photos with like a witty filter about wanting to die or whatever, like all kinds of like weird post irony bullshit.
I love that.
Yeah, right? It's so hot. And then, like, but I can't think of one compelling logical reason to date someone
Well,
like that.
here's what I think that anytime I see someone who's very ironic or jokes about wanting to die, I think the impulse is, oh, I'd like to date that person because they have similar sensibilities to me. But you don't want to date somebody with similar. You need somebody to like. We're crazy. Like you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
I'm a crazy. You don't want to add two crazy people into it. Like they're just
Yeah,
gonna
it
clash
doesn't
with each
doesn't
other.
cancel each other out. I've tried.
You need and now this. I'm not also saying that like I need a stable person to just like catch all my bullshit, right? But like there shouldn't be. It's just chaos if you find someone.
No,
who's
I think
exactly like
crazy
you.
people have something to offer, like sane people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you think?
personality. No, because like two completely stable, sane people, what are they going to talk about? I feel like if you're just
They
like,
would probably just be happy with each other and not worry. Like that's
No,
that's
you're
the
a
truly
puzzle
sad
piece.
thing.
You don't want two identical puzzle pieces don't fit together.
I know, but you know what's funny? I feel like the benefits like a wacky crazy person. This is a weird way to characterize myself. Like that little bit of personality that you're talking about is so secondary to like the immediate mental illness that woman has to put up with. It's not a favor. I'm sure that she would much rather have like
the way
a
you just
stable...
described yourself, it sounded like you're just like, well, I'm the Mask, so
Yeah, you don't want to date the
I'm a
Mask.
big wacky
Although,
character.
actually, if I think Cameron Diaz did want to date the Mask.
Yeah, everyone wants to fuck the Mask.
Well, because he can do anything. His penis is alive and magic. He's got a big cartoon penis.
I've never seen the Mask, so I'm gonna assume that's right.
Yeah, you put the mask on, you can just bend the you become the trickster god Loki.
Oh,
So you can like, your penis is probably also magic.
I would assume.
Yeah, it has to be.
I would love for my penis to have a face and a soul.
I didn't say anything about that. That for some reason that's your interpretation of a magic penis is that it is alive.
Yeah.
Or why did you?
You remember like Thumb Wars?
Sure.
Yeah, that's my dick now.
Okay.
Fucking
People are
it's
definitely.
doing little skits.
I don't think that women like that at all.
I think that they would.
If you're just like on a first date with a woman, you're like, there's something I have to tell you. My dick has a soul and its own ideas. That's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say for sure. If you're a woman who listens to this podcast, go ahead and respond on Twitter and tell us if you would like a dick that has a soul and its own ideas.
Yeah. That's horrible.
Because I have a little inkling that things are going to be coming up in my favor on that one.
No,
No?
not at all.
You wouldn't like if a woman's pussy had a face and it screamed.
No. I mean, I guess.
All right, I'm
you want me
losing
to go
this.
with the bit? What do you want me to do? That's a weird. I'm even trying to figure out how I would go with that bit.
Yeah, I don't know what it's screaming. It's not screaming no. I'll say that. I'll say that much. That's not what it's. Look, I know that you're all already writing your emails.
I should just let you go. I should just let you try to get out of this one, dude.
No, you can't do that because I'm on Zoloft, so I'll never feel the shame. I'll just comfortably exist in this hole.
That must be incredible. I'm so glad I'm not on Zoloft.
No, it's like a superpower. It's really good.
A superpower where you just like don't need anybody. You just become like Dr. Manhattan. Like you.
No,
Like
I
you
mean
just.
I'm lonely, certainly.
Oh, okay, so
It-
you are
it-
still lonely.
It hasn't changed. No, I mean I'm not clinically depressed at the moment. I am lonely and horny.
So like that. So all that means is like you realize that if you're not clinically depressed, you're just like, oh, my sadness is real and valid because this is not my brain doing this.
Well, I mean some of it is,
Right.
but as sad as I was a couple months ago is not correct.
Okay.
It's not a response to my circumstances.
Right.
That was my brain was like cranked up to 11 with just like feeling like it was in danger all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm just feeling like the proportional sadness to how bad my life is, which I'll give you
Sure.
is still a lot.
It's gotta suck to realize that you're supposed to be sad. That it makes perfect sense that you're sad.
Well, I mean, I'm supposed to be sad, but it's a manageable level of sad where I am capable of working to improve my lot.
Right.
So
Okay.
the goal is that someday I won't be sad.
I could probably use more sadness in my life. That might really be a nice.
What is your dominant emotion now?
Man, I really don't address.
Are you anxious?
No.
No?
No. Sometimes I'll have weird like manic upswings where I'm just like a little too on, but that'll last for like a day or two, and then I like come back a little bit. I don't know. I do think that like a lot like I might not deal with stuff as much as I should, but I think I'm generally like very happy. Like that just goes hand in hand with like being aware that like nothing is guaranteed and things could get really bad. But like, what am I going to do about that?
Yeah.
You know.
Could all go away, Nick.
It will. It's
someone
going to.
could take away your dog sittings in your hospital jail and
Yeah, but I could probably like if I was talking about this with somebody where I'm just like I could probably make jail work. I'm really good at like I'm very good at just like being alone with my thoughts. Like if it got so bad that like I just like it like if I just like completely defaulted on everything and just like didn't do anything with my like if I like Like if I just became so apathetic that like I stopped paying rent, I did all this stuff.
I don't think it would work because you'd go to join like the white gang and they'd be like, "Nah, I feel like there's something in
I think I
there."
would go to join the white gang. I wouldn't. I would just be in my fucking cell.
Well,
and
you
eating.
you have no choice in jail. You have to join the gang of your race. You
I
can't
guess.
you can't have no one.
Here's the thing
You'll
about
get
jail.
fucking rocked. So then they'd make you go join the Mexicans. Then they would feel like you'd be a man without a country.
I can get over everything, dude. Like whatever they do to me, I'm sure I'll be like, yeah, it's bad while it's happening, but I get to go to sleep later. I like sleeping. Oh my,
Nick, you are so
I was like,
depressed.
oh my god, am I depressed? Well, I feel great. Is there a way to just be like depressed and just like rolling with it?
Yeah, I mean, part of depression doesn't just have to be that you're sad. It can be that like you're pushing down all emotional responses.
But I think that you're supposed to do that.
I'm not sure if the
People are-
psychiatric community would agree with you.
People
Nick.
are too emotional. Everyone has these things they're complaining about. None of them are real. I'm very aware of what's important to me and what I value and the things that I love.
Mhm.
I don't think I'm depressed. I am a solitary man. Just
Yeah,
like
you're a solitary man.
I do get a lot of image.
I ask you this a lot. You never give me a straight answer. What's like a typical day for you?
I mean, I'm all over the place.
So what time do you wake up on an average day?
Oh, I get up at like 4 a.m.
yeah.
and I go for a run. I'll take the
Mhm.
metro up to like the Griffith Park and I'll like run,
Mhm.
or I'll like start working out, or I'll just go for. I mean, I spend a lot of time outside,
So
and
it's a
then
lot of working out.
It's a lot. It's a lot of working out and running.
Which is a form of self-medicating.
I mean, yeah, good.
Mhm.
That's what you should be doing. And then I'm like working on like, so I'll go out and I'll see Tom or I'll see Tim H because I'm like working on like writing things right now.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll like meet people in cafes. A lot of my day is actually spent just like working on like creative stuff.
Okay.
And then I've been going to Mike's more now that I'm back.
So that doesn't sound too depressed. Do you ever come
No,
back home and
I
you just
mean-
stare at the ceiling and you just say why?
No, I don't do that. I will say this: I do a lot of my life is like I don't like being in the house because I feel like I have to create like this momentum for myself, or else I start to be like, what am I even fucking doing with myself?
So you're running away from the thoughts.
No, I'm not running away from the thoughts. I'm just like I'm living a full life.
Mhm.
You know. Why are we doing this? This isn't fun. Do you think people like this?
I don't know. What's the self-talk like in your head? Is it positive or negative?
I don't know. I don't know how to. It's hard for me to like catch my thoughts as they happen. Like,
Well, I think that's strange.
yeah, I don't. It's very weird. But I've always been like, I think that's like an impulsive thing because I've always just like, even the way I don't know, my mind. I'm not saying this like I'm smart, but my mind moves fast. Not like I'm like it's not like useful shit or like anything insightful. I don't know. Stuff just like comes out of my mouth. I don't think about my thoughts that much.
Mhm.
Is that weird?
It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm a very interesting person. I'm probably the most important person that's ever been alive.
Yeah, I don't have an argument against
You
that.
can't have an argument against that. I'm very smart. My brain is so good, dude.
Yeah, it seems to be firing on all cylinders at all times.
all 3 cylinders.
Is that
No, it's 6. I don't have the same amount of cylinders as other people.
okay? I don't know enough about cars to have gotten.
Actually, I don't know if it's 6 cylinders. I know that there were 6 processors in the PS3, and I think that's where I'm getting that from. Maybe I think there's some 8-cylinder. I don't know how many cylinders.
damn,
are.
you have the worst wheelhouse of references.
Yeah, the way that I understand the world is like the most roundabout. I have the most like roundabout way of like inferring things, like about the world. You know, I don't know. Yeah, but it's nice. Yeah, I've been doing a lot. It's been nice to get back to it. My trip home.
Oh yeah, tell me about the gigs in Baltimore.
They were good. They were good. I headlined, which was really nice. But I also spent a couple days in New York with Robbie, which was like awesome. I love doing those mics.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's wild because like they were as bad as like LA mics, but people were just like really nice, which was refreshing. But yeah, no. So like the day before I left, I headlined the Autobar, which is like my favorite thing to do and one of our listeners actually showed up, which was insane.
Yeah,
Um,
that's sick.
yeah,
Hell
it was awesome. And it's like here's the fucking tough thing about like comedy, which like I had a good set. I did 30 minutes. I had a really really good set, and it felt nice, and like everything was falling into place, and like. Or it felt like everything was falling into place, you know, where you're just like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. Like this is great. People really responded. I had like somebody come up to me afterward. Well, I was talking to It's nice to get off stage and like immediately get like attention from people. Like the bartender, like I went to get a third drink. He was like, the rest of the drinks are on me, dude. I was like, oh, that's fucking great, thanks, man. And then like I was approached by like 4 girls, and I was trying to talk, but you can't talk to all of them. You have to like pick one.
Yeah.
But I'm so insane. I'm like, I think I can talk to all of these girls and take all of these girls to a bar. And then gradually, like the 2 split off. The one was there. There was also a guy there who was a cop who was like with the group.
So you're like, I'm here to arrest you for trying to talk to these girls.
I mean, almost, because he came up to, because I was like, I wanted to go to this bar, WC Harlan, after we were done. I was like, what's going on? Like, where's a good place to go? And this shorter guy with like a receding hairline, he's like, yeah, we go somewhere and get some drugs. He's like, I know where the drugs are. And I was like, oh yeah, that would be sick. And then he just like lifted his shirt up and showed me his badge. And he was like, yeah, I know where all the drugs are because I'm a cop. And I was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like I said, I was like,
that's like way too early in the sting.
I was like, why are you being fucking weird? I said that to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'm just kidding, man. You had a good set. And then like walk, and I was like, it's so fucking weird. What a total dickhead. But
damn.
so that like, so I was talking to these 2 girls
Yeah,
after.
then he circles back and he's like, hey, I know this other bar. It's really cool. I know where all the child porn is.
Well, I did talk about
Keeps-
like doing like illegal shit in my set. So I want like, is that can you
You're
get in
about to get
trouble?
Lenny Bruced, dude.
Nah, that would make me so mad.
You're on stage like, my son can't come harder than me. And then you get off stage and they throw you in the paddy
You're a
wagon.
pedophile. I'm like, I don't even have a son.
That'd be sick. You just got arrested for pedophilia.
Also, the way you just delivered my son can't. When I tell the joke, it's that I don't want my son to come harder than me. You just said it like I'm upset that my son isn't
That he
coming.
can't.
Like we're standing in a line together, and I'm like judging his output.
You're both coming into the bathtub and you're just frowning.
We're having cum races. My cousin and I used to have pee races when we were like 8, which is so stupid because whoever drank less water is gonna win.
Wait, what?
Oh, you never had pee races with your?
Where did you race to?
No. It's not. You're not racing. You go into the bathroom and you each get completely undressed, and you both piss into the toilet bowl.
Oh.
And the stupid thing is, who's ever done first, it should have been the opposite. It should have been whoever like outlasted the other one. But who's ever done first wins, which is so stupid. That's such a child's way of like reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so the thing that sucks about doing stand-up.
When's the last time you pissed into the same toilet with another person?
I think that back then, it came to an end quickly because our parents realized that we were going into the bathroom together,
Getting fully nude.
getting fully nude and pissing into the toilet.
me and my boy Juan Carlos, like 6 months ago at a wedding, we pissed into the same toilet.
I hate that. Why would you do that?
Because he was my drinking buddy back in the day. That's what we would always do. We would black out. We would go piss in the toilet together.
Oh my god.
So we thought it was funny. So then now, like, it was like before the wedding. We were both sober. We like just did it again as a goof, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a great goof.
Yeah, you ever stare into another man's pissing dick as a big ol' gag?
Yeah, when I was 8.
Yeah, well, you know,
It's been a long time.
Some of us keep our youthful spirit alive.
That you did it for your inner child.
Yeah.
You molested your inner child.
I molested my inner child. He's crying.
Jesus, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Your spirit is it's just gone astray. I'm so worried about your spiritual health.
What's my aura like right now?
It's burnt orange.
Damn, is it like flickering?
Yeah. I can see this shit all the time. Man.
It's dying.
It's dying. Yeah. It's like Tinkerbell in the middle of the movie. Yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
I had a fuck. You know what's great? I had a fuck. No, I want to get back to what I was saying about the Autobar. I can't
Yeah,
go
go
off
ahead.
on a tangent. No, maybe we'll relate to this, but the thing that sucks about like doing well at comedy is like I think Jim Norton has said something like this before. Where like everyone thinks you're great, and it starts to wear off. Like there's a half-life to everyone thinking. Like the more you hang out with the people who just watch your set, the more they realize that like there's nothing
You
special,
suck,
that
yeah.
you suck. Yeah. So I was like talking to these girls, and it's crazy to like in their eyes just like watch that they're like they're getting like less and less impressed as we're talking. That like because it's very impressive to be on stage and like control a whole group of people's like response to the things you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because I guess you could compare it kind of to like being a musician, but being a musician is cooler because there's something like more abstract to like the response that people feel when you play a song.
Mhm.
Because like, you know what's crazy? Like, people remember. So I do think, for as much as people claim to be like fans of comedy, most normal people, when they go to see a comedy show, even if they love it, it leaves their brain like an hour later.
Yeah.
They rarely really like remember jokes or anything insightful that you said. It's just like comedy is a really like ephemeral art form that regular people don't value nearly as much as comedians. So like, you don't even like feel like,
I wish comedians didn't value it as much.
yeah, I agree. But so like, but like musicians even have this thing where like, I guess they have a similar thing where like, obviously people are attracted to them, but then most musicians are kind of like blank slates off stage, so you can still like,
Like, ooh, he's mysterious.
yeah, it comes off as serious. You can like project things onto them. But me, like the minute me on stage, as insane and like meandering as my set is, it's still a curated version. It's like I'm literally like putting my best foot forward with my dumb, shitty comedy. And so then when you start talking to me, it's just like all the neuroses just like comes at, just like in your face. Like it's way more than I'm sure like you're ready for if you're just meeting me. But things were going well with these girls, and I'm talking to two of them. I still think that I can maybe like get two of them
Yeah.
at the same, which is fucking insane.
Which is complete delusion.
It's totally delusional. I was feeling very delusional. I had a great set. And the one who was really cute.
You're like, maybe they'll come back to LA with me.
No. I wouldn't want all that. But the one who was really cute, like things were going well, and whenever things go really well, I'm just like, it can't be this easy, right? So she was Mexican, and she was telling me that like she was talking about like the shutdown and how ridiculous the wall is, and I just got this little smile on my face, like as she was, and I like cut her off. I like stopped her from what she was saying.
Bad start.
Bad start, and I just go, "What if I told you I loved Donald Trump?"
The way you just flicked up your eyebrows.
I
as you
didn't
said
like
it.
that. I was trying to be. I thought it'd
Like
be
a little
funny.
imp.
I was like, what if I told you I love Donald? Like, meaning, like, wouldn't that be ridiculous after you telling me? It's not even funny. I don't
Okay,
know what I thought
Here's
it
the
was
thing,
gonna do.
Is you just did that in the exact same way that the last time I licked a girl's armpit. Here's what I did: is I licked. We were having sex. I licked the girl's armpit. She stopped me and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I went, "What if that was like my thing?" And she's like, I wouldn't like that, and I wouldn't have sex with you again. And I was like, yeah, good thing it's not my thing, haha. Like,
Well, but I do. But here's the thing: I don't like Donald Trump. I'm fucking mad about the wall. I think he's ruining the environment. All this shit, like the national parks are full of trash. I think that sucks. My impulse.
this is I don't know. You're kind of flip flopping. Last week, this is how you felt.
Well, I mean, my reasons for liking Trump are really petty. Like when I see people on Twitter making jokes about Kofefe.
I mean, he's funny.
he's funny.
He's funny.
And I love watching liberals on Twitter get mad.
Yeah,
He's not a good president. It pains me to say it. He's not a good president.
As much as we wish that the wall was good.
He's great at being
No,
on
the wall's
TV.
bad.
He's great at being on TV. He's not a great president, but I'll say it. I'm brave.
Yeah.
That's a brave thing to say in this climate. But so
What I think we should do is someone else is president, but he still tours like he's president.
oh, I'm all about that. His rallies are incredible. His we talked about this already on the last episode.
Man, I can't wait until it's like North Korea style, where we all have to be in like Madison Square Garden doing like color coordinated dances for him.
Oh, I think that shit's awesome. That is like, I watched a documentary about that. I was like, this is amazing. It's insane.
It's gonna be sick.
But yeah, so her response to that horrible thing that I said to her, because she's from Mexico.
Yeah.
She was like, I wouldn't think that was very funny at all, and it would really upset me. And I was like, well, I mean, I was kidding. I was like, nah. I was like, I'm joking. And I just like watched her literally just like turn her attention to this other guy who was standing next to me. But I still got this other one, like who's still like marginally interested.
Had she
in it.
heard the Trump thing?
Oh yeah, she heard it. She was cooler though.
So she was a Repubo.
No,
She
not
was
at
a
all.
Repubo wife.
Not. She was. I honestly
Yeah.
don't. I don't know what any of these people saw in me. If
Man.
I'm being totally honest.
Do you remember before he actually won how you could post about Trump? Like, remember you and I took a photo of us like forlorn at his destroyed
Mourning.
Hollywood Boulevard
Mourning.
store?
Yeah.
And I think you posted it on Instagram as like mourning our father.
two Repubos in mourning or something like that.
Yeah. A lot of likes.
People loved it. Well, nobody thought he was gonna fucking win,
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't.
but that of course he did. In retrospect, like, what did we actually think was gonna happen?
I don't know.
But yeah, so it was just a shit show of a night. I also like, it was fucking insane because I ended up nothing really happened with either. It was snowing. And like a winter storm hit Baltimore like the last night I was there. So I was out in Baltimore with these girls until like 3 a.m. and then nothing ended up happening. So at like 3:30 I had to drive home in like an hour in like 4 inches of snow.
Oh, that's the worst. Like that. I didn't get pussy drive at like 5 a.m. Where you're just like, you're like, why did I like the? Why was the bar even open that late? What is going on?
It was weird. They were just like. Also, I wasn't bummed out because I didn't get pussy. Because at that point, it was so late that I was like, I'm too tired to pursue anything. Like I'm fucking beat. I had a good. That's the other thing is like honestly having a good set at stand up. Like having sex after that feels. You know what I mean? It's like I just did the thing, like the one thing that I might like more than sex. Does that make sense? It's like anticlimactic to fuck after stand up.
I'm trying to remember a stand-up victory that immediately was followed by sex. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think.
I've had a few.
I feel like a lot of stand-up victories were followed by like girlfriend arguments.
Well,
which is the opposite of sex.
Right. I mean, my impulse, I like force myself to stay out because my impulse after I have a really good set is to just go, like leave and go be alone. I don't know why, but that's like after I have a really good set of comedy, I'm just like I don't want to talk to these people. I want to fucking like get the fuck out of here and just like go like be alone and like feel good about that.
I don't want to be alone, but I like what I think would be cool is like go hang out with a bunch of comics who didn't see my set.
What? That wouldn't feel good.
No, like just like go back to the green room or something and be like, yeah, it went really well, and hang out with them. Like it's weird to like talk about the set you just had with people and.
I just think after I have a stand-up, that's the thing that it's like the best thing. And maybe when it starts happening more often, like not having good sets, but like maybe when I do book shows more regularly and it's less of a special thing, I'll feel more comfortable. But like it just everything after that feels so anticlimactic. And then like it's like you feel awesome, and then to go to another environment. I think the only thing worse than like talking to the people who were there is going to another environment where these people don't even know that anything happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man. There's so many weird emotions tied to it.
Because you have to. You're like, well, now I'm the king. These people must know that I'm a king.
In my mind, yeah. But that's why the best outcome is for me to then just like go be alone, feeling that way. I think I know that. Because like you start hanging out with regular people. Like I said, like it starts to wear off. They literally if you go to hang out with people like after a really good set. 2 hours in hanging out, they'll have already forgotten everything you said, and now you're just like a guy who's not even that amusing, like in person. You're just, like, with these fucking strangers.
I've hung out with people like after shows who like quoted one of my jokes, thinking it was one of the other comics.
That sucks. That would bum me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life is bad, Nick.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Man, it's been a while since I've talked to girls after comedy.
It's nice.
It is nice.
It is. There were other shows where I met girls afterwards that were way better.
Yeah, you really feel like you're demonstrating value.
Even though what you're doing is completely worthless, honestly.
Completely worthless.
Yeah, I don't.
Just awful.
I really do like bank. Like, it's so funny. I mean, like, I did. It was nice to like go on Tinder dates while I was back home because it is like Tinder in LA and then going back to Baltimore. It's like taking like the weight vest off.
Oh yeah.
You just match with everybody and you're like, this is especially with the visiting from LA in your profile. But I don't know, man. I'm not dating like this is so insane. I'm like not dating. I'm not even like motivated to like date out here because in my head I'm just like I'll just do that when I'm like successful. Then I just won't even have to.
Yeah,
try.
I do think that sometimes I'm like, yes. Sex, that will be my reward for being famous.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
is so villainous and terrible to think.
Yeah. No, you deserve to have sex, buddy.
Thank you. I do think that the world owes me sex. No, I'm just kidding.
That was a hell of a thank you just threw out.
No, I mean it's nice to be told that my dick is not supposed to be in the garbage.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, because constantly I'm getting letters in the mail and I open them and it's just like it's like IKEA instructions. It's just drawings of different steps, and it's like my dick, and then the next one is like the garbage disposal.
Like the Lego booklets.
Yeah, and then the third one is like my dick in the garbage disposal, and then the fourth one is like my face going like ah, and it says you. And I check the return address, and there's none. There never is.
It's just from the devil.
Yeah. There's always like a different country stamp on it, different country every time.
This is like an international conspiracy.
Yeah.
To throw your dick in the garbage disposal.
Throw my dick in the garbage disposal.
You would think that they would just do it forcibly.
You'd think, but they're trying to get me to do it, I think.
I'm amazed. It would be so funny if the Men in Black just like abducted you in the night and beat the shit out of your dick.
Yeah.
For reasons that you can't understand.
Yeah, if I got abducted by aliens, and
Yeah.
I think they're gonna probe my ass, and they just like they're like grossed out. They're like, no, we're not gonna probe your ass. And they just like spit on my balls. or
They
something.
just spit on your balls and laugh at your dick.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, oh, are you gonna wipe my memory now? And they're like, no,
No,
we want you to remember all
that would
this.
defeat the purpose of this. Ugh. Nah, buddy, your dick is.
It's fine. It's like 5.5 inches, which is average.
All right. Throw it out, buddy. Let it all.
Yeah, who cares? It's average, and I'm a little guy, so it looks pretty good on my frame.
These pills have emboldened you. You're just saying it all.
I would say I'm a big oversharer, Nick. You know that.
Yeah. All right. You know,
What else do you want to know about me?
I didn't want to know that.
Well, now you know.
I do know that now. I mean, that's.
Did
hey,
you
whatever.
not know before? What did you think my dick was like?
I guess I didn't think that it was super. I guess I figured it was probably that.
5.5 inches is the worldwide Caucasian average,
Okay.
according to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I assume that hasn't changed. I assume there haven't been big developments in this.
People are gene editing their babies to have huge dicks.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if you can gene edit that. 'Cause I
That
feel like-
or like dicks aren't getting bigger. Someone is just killing men with small dicks, so the average is going up.
is that happening?
I would assume. I don't have any evidence. I've heard nothing about it, but it really seemed true when I was saying it right now.
If it came out that there was a serial killer killing men with small dicks, Twitter would just be like, "Yeah," they would just like love it, dude. They would get behind this vigilante.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
A serial killer is killing men with small
Small
dicks, and we are here for it.
We are here for it.
Damn.
It is funny that it's just okay to hate people with small dicks.
It is. It's so accepted.
Fuck
In
me.
many ways, it's like a disability.
It is really, every time I see a small dick, I'm just like, oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
It's just
Pretty funny.
hilarious.
I remember this kid in 6th grade. His dick looked like an acorn.
What?
Yeah, his dick. 'Cause he would always, in swimming class, when we would change, he would always keep a towel wrapped around him really tightly, and someone like whipped him with a wet towel, and his towel fell off. It was like a really solidly placed towel whip,
Yeah.
and his towel just fell down, and we all saw his dick,
Oh my god.
and it was the smallest penis
He probably pissed on his balls.
I've ever. Oh, yeah, it was like he would have to like. I'm sure that to
He had to
pee, he had
stretch his dick out
he
to
had
pee.
to stretch it out. 'Cause it was like it looked like it had no shaft. It looked like it had a small head and no like I'm sure if he got
clit with balls,
it looked like a clit with balls,
he's got to go trans.
and it was small balls too.
He's got he's ready to go. He's got to go trans. He's just got to make the jump.
I remember. I think I said this. I think I said this to the group and got a big laugh. I said it looks like a Hershey kiss,
Jesus.
and everyone liked that.
Yeah.
And then he changed schools.
I remember there was this kid. Of course he did. There was this kid, Anthony Dean. He was a retarded kid, and I know that this is like a weird. I think this is like a weird stereotype. We would all. Our 6th grade locker room was also. I've told you how like a bunch of teachers that I knew like got arrested for being pedophiles. We had this. Our high school gym teacher, like, if you didn't agree to take a group shower with like in the locker with all the other 6th grade boys. They would shame you for it. You had to sit behind the lockers and you weren't allowed to stand up. Like it was like this weird bullying from our gym teacher. And then every time we were in the shower, he was always popping his head at me like, "You boys all right?" Like, it was so like clearly overtly pedophile behavior. And we'd all like piss on each other in the shower. It was not sanitary at all. Like it was so bad.
You all piss on each other.
Yeah. We just like
That's fucking gay.
we would like pee in the shower and then like, which we weren't supposed to do, but we thought it was funny. Nobody was like deliberately pissing on each other, but we were definitely stepping in the piss. That we were, the communal piss.
Yeah, so you're all bathing in a it's like the blood rave in Blade, but it's all piss.
It's just piss and it's children. But there was this kid. I said his name. I gotta stop saying the full names of the people I reference.
Oh, the small dick kid's name was Brandon.
No, don't do that.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
supposed to. We shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, you're
'Cause we're
right.
fucking doxing people if we do.
Oh
that.
yeah, you're right. He changed schools. What if he like listened to the podcast somehow? Like he forgot it was me.
He was like, "I always liked Brendan." And he hears this.
he's like, oh no.
No, he would kill you. He would, like,
No, he would kill himself. Come on.
I think he might. It might be a double situation. But anyway, there was this kid. He was like a retarded kid, and I remember one day I saw.
How
it.
retarded? 1 to 10.
I mean, he was in. What's weird is he was in normal classes because he got good grades, but like he had no. Like he was socially like non-functional. Like I don't think I ever heard him like speak complete sentences. He had a crazy lisp. He had a difficult time expressing himself. So some kind of retarded. So, If being retarded is a spectrum, he's somewhere on it, which I think it is, right? Everything's a spectrum.
I don't think you can like have like 1/10 of an extra chromosome. I think it's a all or nothing deal.
I didn't say he had Downs. He was
Okay. Yeah, there's different kinds.
There's different kinds of retarded.
Mhm.
That's a woke take.
Some are better than others.
His soft dick is bigger than my hard dick will ever be. Was then and is now. I mean, I remember seeing it and being like, "Oh my god." This was on an 11-year-old boy, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got big dicks.
It's funny that is like the that's like the Faustian curse where it's like whatever deal that his fucking parents is like, your son, he'll have a thick meaty member, virile and full of seed, but a backwards mind.
That's why they're sterile, is because otherwise women would all want to fuck retarded guys and have their kids.
All right, well, okay.
That's my take.
It holds up, I guess.
Yeah. Look, Nick, I've said it, I think, on both the deleted and the existing version of this podcast. Women naturally arrange themselves into harems. They all want a giant fucking retard who's rich.
He probably is rich. He's probably like
They want a billion. Yeah. They all want Elon Musk, but retarded.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It holds up.
If you don't agree with me, then make your argument.
How do I even argue that? What possible? Because I don't want to even. I want to entertain it. How do I argue that?
Damn. I love. It's because it's such an insane topic. I love joking about the redistribution of sex.
Yeah. I think that
because it became an alt-right talking point this year, but I wrote an insane bit about it like 3 years ago that universally everyone liked. Like I remember I did that bit. I did this bit about like women arrange themselves into harems. I did a Bernie impression where I'm talking about like all the pussy gets funneled up to the top, and we need.
Oh my god!
And I did this in front of the owners of Good Good, and they were like, "Who is that guy?" Like impressed.
What a different time!
What a different time!
That's insane.
Then I found that note in my phone now, and I'm like, "Oof."
There were so many bits that I did back in like 2013 that were like woke. That were like considered woke bits. Now I'm just like, oh, this is the most offensive thing in the world.
Yeah. You ever like dig one of those out and you forget that it's woke? Like I was trying to dig out an old bit about this dude in the poison factory that I worked with, and I just found myself on stage being like, and you know when two white guys get together, how that can be trouble, right? And then I stopped and I was like, guys, I wrote this bit like 6 years ago. I'm so sorry.
Right.
But like that part of it, they're like, all right, maybe maybe Brendan has found a better direction to go with this comedy. But it's like, no, this is fucking trash. This is old trash.
What was the? I had a bit about I had some fucking bit about Cosby that I did for a long time. It was awful. It was an awful bit.
A bit about Cosby.
It was a bit. I compared Cosby to Ed. It was a bit about how you can't. It was completely reverse from Nick Oldershaw's takes. Now, it was a bit about how you can't separate the art from the artist.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that would be like if you just. It was like if you loved Ed Gein, but just because like you loved like arts and crafts and lanyards and stuff. I don't remember
think
how
I
the fuck
kinda
it was.
remember
Yeah,
this.
yeah. There was something. I know there was at least one thing that was actually funny in it, but I can't fucking remember it at all. Doesn't matter. Fucking weird bit. Again, another bit where I was trying to, a very dishonest bit. I was just trying to shoehorn something that was in the news and I was really reaching to try to have something to say about it.
Oh, so this was post allegations Cosby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was post everyone.
I thought this was because like you have a weird clairvoyance where you'll have a bit on something that becomes extremely hack.
I know.
Like you used to have Trump bits that I loved
About his Twitter.
about his Twitter.
Before anybody did it.
Yeah.
I was literally doing it in 2012.
Yeah,
I was doing bits about. I was like, have you guys noticed that Donald Trump is racist? And people honestly, that bit would kind of fail a lot because people would be like, no, we don't really pay attention to him that much. Like why?
yeah. No, that was great. Yeah, you're like he makes up his own stereotypes.
Yes, he makes up racial stereotypes. He thinks that he's like, we can't trust China because their water is full of ghosts. It's just dumb shit like that.
Yeah. Swedes, they have one hollow foot.
Yeah. Swedish people have a false leg or something like that. What the fuck was Germans they feed their children wood. That was one of them.
Yeah, it's a good bit. And then
And
he
that's
entered
all-
the zeitgeist. You just never did it again.
Yeah,
Which I mean, now it would be it would suck.
that was my go-to bit for a long time. But it was weird because I would literally do it and it would just be lost. People were like, we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You understand how frustrating that is? And you know what's crazy?
Stand up is so stupid.
There's I can't prove it. I can't prove it, but there's a big comic who I did that material on a show with in Bel Air, Maryland. I did that Trump joke. And because I have a specific line about Vietnamese women, how their assholes can see.
Mm-hmm.
It's an insane, yeah, because it's all about the weird racial beliefs that your uncle holds. It's similar to fucking Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And there's I saw the comic that I was on the show with, he was on Late Night a year later, and I watched him basically do that joke where it's not the same structure as mine, but it's the thing about Donald Trump, he believes weird racist stereotypes. And it's like he took one of my examples and just tweaked it a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean,
frustrating.
don't worry. I know what comic you're talking about. He's relapsed since. He'll relapse again. He'll enter hell.
Don't even say that much, dude. Don't even. I know that I've already publicly I've accused people of doing insane things in this podcast, but don't do that. It doesn't matter. Keep it in.
All right. Should we close?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's close.
That wasn't that identifiable.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
And nobody listens to this. This is all going to be, listen, in a year when this podcast is wildly successful and we're taking you for all your dough.
More people listen to this than the way you say it. There's people who listen to this.
Oh, no, I know. But I mean when we're sitting on golden thrones.
Oh, yeah.
All these episodes will be behind a paywall.
Mm-hmm.
This is the...
All right. February 13th, go to Crawford's in Burbank. Dan Donahue and I will be hosting a show. Tim Dillon will be headlining it. It's going to be fun. Nick, you got anything to plug?
Nah, not yet. Maybe in the next couple weeks.
Nice. Oh, and I was just on our friend Chelsea Warner's podcast. I forgot what it was called. Hold on. Let me check. It was about the reality show Vanderpump Rules,
Ugh.
which I am obviously not a fan of, but I talked about it with her for an hour. And at one point, I threatened to go trans as a way of getting on the show.
I'm so glad that's
So,
entered our lexicon. I hope that people. I hope that, dude. I hope that you know what's weird? that all another like thing that weirdly happens is I was just like calling. Maybe it's an easy thing to get to, but I was saying Repubbo for like 3 years. Like I called it in that one fucking Instagram post we just talked about.
Yeah.
And now I see people on Twitter calling people Repubbos, and I'm like, I thought that was me.
Yeah.
I thought that I came up
Your
with
little
that.
thing.
I hope people start saying going trans though. That would be a great contribution of mine.
But yeah, I mean, really, my big takeaway from Vanderpump Rules is that somehow there's a show on television where it just has a trans villain that everyone hates. It's so wild.
That's
'Cause, like,
awesome.
the entire arc of the episode was like they were having a girls' night, and the trans woman wasn't like tagged in the Instagram post, so she was calling them all transphobic. So it was just cutaway after cutaway of every woman on the show being like, Billy is an idiot. We're not transphobic. Billy's lying. You
na-
can't trust
Her
Bill.
name is still Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
With
what
an
a-
IE, I bet.
probably. Anyway, I'm going trans, folks. Listen to that podcast. Yeah, that's it.
Like a baby, lead her on in peace. Only time I give a fuck is for my own release. That's why I own these streets. Straight up portfolio showing growth. Fuck a pay cut. Yeah, you know I stay slut. Catch me in the spot, lubing up for the self suck. Oh fuck, I busted already. I'm coming bucket so heavy. My dream of cream coming steady. Now my mouth open, I'm ready. I'm talking solo heavy petting on a Friday night. Not talking bashing the bishop, more like Nantucket's delight. I'm taking all the time I need to do it just right.